Today's video is targeted at you folks who might be itching to get in on the trend of having an LCD screen within your PC case to display, say, animated videos of your choice or vital PC statistics. In this regard, you'll be pleased to know that Lian Li's joined the fray with their new 8.8-inch universal screen. Let's see if this product is any good. The 8.8-inch universal screen is available in black or white, and for the purposes of this review, Lian Li's shipped over the white variant of the universal screen. In terms of packaging, the screen ships in a rectangular box with Lian Li's signature black and blue colorway, with information on the specs of the screen peppered on all sides of the box. Let's unbox the screen to see what Lian Li is included with it. In terms of accessories, we get a safety information leaflet right here, where it comes with a QR code to download the Lian Li L Connect 3 app. We do also get a thank you card. As well as an instruction manual. Removing this foam divider, we get the 8.8-inch universal screen. We'll take a closer look at it later on in this review. Moving on to the other accessories, we get a USB Type-A male connector to 9-pin male USB 2.0 header connector. This cable is to be used when you like to connect the universal screen to your PC via a USB Type-A port, and is to be used in conjunction with this cable that allows you to connect the screen to your motherboard's onboard USB 2.0 header, so we do get some flexibility in terms of connectivity. We also get an aluminium screen stand with which to mount the universal screen with. And we also get a Phillips head screwdriver. Moving things along, Lian Li's also included 2 pieces of adhesive tape. And these are accompanied by 4 screws that are to be used to mount the screen on the included aluminium screen stand. A mounting bracket and corresponding screws if you like to mount the screen and screen stand on a 140mm fan, as well as 4 screws for mounting the screen stand onto your case fans. And that sums it up in terms of accessories. Let's take a closer look at the screen itself. Here it is, the 8.8-inch universal screen, which is pretty hefty I must say, where the body is made entirely of metal, and over on the rear we get screw holes for 3 different mounting positions with the included screen stand. Near this corner of the screen we get 2 4-pin connectors, where you'll have to hook either one of them up to the included USB cable so as to connect the universal screen to your motherboard's USB 2.0 header or your PC's USB 2.0 Type-A port. Lian Li's included 2 connectors so as to afford some flexibility in terms of how you can run the said cable to your PC, which is nice. Now the screen is framed by an addressable RGB lighting border that can be controlled via the Lian Li L Connect 3 app. I'll talk about this later on in this review. The included screen stand is a pretty nifty thing, where it's lightweight and made of aluminium. You have the ability to tweak the position of the screen stand to suit your intended screen mounting location. We have a total of 6 ways to adjust the screen stand position, which I'll now demonstrate. All in all, given how many permutations of adjustments we have with the screen stand, the 8.8-inch universal screen should be able to fit most PC setups without issues. One important thing to mention, the length of the included cables. The cable that comes with a 4-pin connector on one end and a 9-pin female USB 2.0 connector on the other end measures in at 56 cm in length. This figure is inclusive of the length of the connectors, while the other cable that comes with a male USB 2.0 Type A connector on one end and a 9-pin male USB 2.0 header on the other end measures in at 37.5 cm in length. Again, this length is inclusive of the length of the connectors on both ends. While the cables are somewhat long, I would say, I do wish that they could have been even longer, as this length may not be sufficient for folks with really large PC cases, especially if you're intending to mount the screen quite a distance away from your motherboard's USB 2.0 headers, which tend to be located along the bottom edge of a motherboard. Now, we also get this aluminium bracket for when you like to secure the screen stand to a 140mm fan instead of a 120mm fan. And this bracket attaches to the screen stand like so, where you'll have to secure it in place with 4 screws that come included with the bracket. Let's run through the specs of the 8.8-inch universal screen real quick. As can be seen, the screen utilizes an IPS LCD panel with a refresh rate of 60Hz, a display resolution of 1920 by 480, as well as a maximum brightness of 500 nits. As you can see, the universal screen is already switched on and in action, as I have it hooked up to my PC via a USB Type A connection, which is a good segue to the software control for the screen. As mentioned earlier, you'll have to install the Lian Li L-Connect 3 app in order to customize the screen border ARGB lighting effects, as well as what exactly is displayed on the screen. If everything is set up properly, the universal screen will show up in this sidebar right here. Now, the app usage experience was pretty straightforward to me. This section can be used to adjust the brightness of the screen and the display orientation. If you'd like to tweak the ARGB border lighting effects, you've just got to click on the border of the mockup screen like so, and this brings up a menu at the bottom with loads of configuration options. We get a total of 19 lighting effects to choose from, and you can even configure the speed, brightness, and direction of the lighting effects where applicable. Clicking on this section of the mockup screen right here, we get 9 preset portrait orientation themes that you can choose to be displayed on the screen. If you're using the screen in the landscape orientation, we get 11 preset themes to choose from. Now, if you're feeling creative, we get a custom theme tab right here, where you get lots of options to create a display template of your choice. Just to put the custom template option through its paces, what I did was simply to go over to the template tab right here, selected an existing template, and I swapped out the background with something that I've already created in Photoshop according to the dimensions of 1920 by 480, and I hit apply, and voila, that was that. Now, what I just demonstrated was a lazy way of customization. If you'd like to have full control on the design of your template, it's a matter of selecting the respective image, animation or video of your choice and uploading it accordingly into the app. Ideally, you would want to have it already sized in the correct dimensions of 1920 by 480 for the best effect, and thereafter, you can then select the respective modules and what sensor readouts you'd like to display, and of course the font typeface as well. So as you can see, I can simply add the selected module of my choice. It will appear on the mockup and I can just drag and drop it accordingly to where I like to have the module positioned. Now, one thing to note, and something that I noticed, is that I wasn't able to select other fonts at all apart from what you see on the screen, which is a bit of a bummer. Perhaps this is something that will be worked on with future L-Connect 3 software updates. It's worth noting that the L-Connect 3 app also has a built-in basic editor that allows you to do some edits to what you've uploaded into the app, which is a nice feature to have for sure. Finally, in this additional tab right here, we get the option of enabling an offline clock mode, such that the display shows the time and date even when your PC is switched off. And we also get a secondary screen option that basically allows you to use the universal screen as a secondary display like so. Now, I personally wouldn't use this screen as a secondary display, in large part due to the screen's awkward aspect ratio for everyday use, but I suppose this is a feature that's good to have in your back pocket nonetheless. A quick word about the offline mode clock. Once you have it enabled, the screen will display the date and time like so, once you've powered off your PC. As far as I know, the date and time can only be displayed in the landscape mode. If you have the universal screen mounted in the portrait mode like I have in my demo build, it'll still display the date and time in the landscape mode when the PC is switched off. Hopefully, this is something that can be worked on with future L-Connect 3 software updates. In terms of mounting options, the user manual for the 8.8-inch universal screen has 5 suggested mounting options, though I'm sure if you're creative enough, you can find other ways to use the screen in your PC build. For the most part, installing the screen within your PC will involve securing the screen stand to the frame of your PC case fan. And for this review, I have it installed on the side intake fan of a demo PC build that I did up, where it uses Lian Li's new Vector V100 PC case in white, as well as a whole bunch of Lian Li's new budget-friendly UNI Fan CL Wireless 120 ARGB fans. And I must say, this combination of parts sure looks pretty good. I wanted to try mounting the screen to the exterior of the V100, but ran into a snag. As can be seen on the screen, the exterior surface of the rear exhaust fan vent is not flush, with sections that are raised, which means that you won't be able to properly secure the screen stand to the surface as the included fan mounting screws aren't long enough. Just something for you guys to look out for on your own PC cases, in case you're intending to do an exterior mount for the universal screen. While you can also use the screen as an external LCD display screen to be placed, say, on your table like how I've done so, this option probably wouldn't be my first choice, and I'd rather have it installed within my PC case. All in all, you have plenty of ways to use the screen, which is nice. Right, so to sum things up, I think that the Lian Li 8.8-inch universal screen is a pretty solid product for anyone looking to purchase an add-on display screen for their PC build. Build quality is good, and I really like how Lian Li's designed the screen stand such that it has so many different types of orientations to suit almost any way that you'd like to set up the universal screen for your PC build. Display looks great too, and I do appreciate the addition of the ARGB lighting border that gives you another option to spice up the appearance of your PC build. The experience with customizing the screen from within the L-Connect 3 app was pretty smooth, though I do wish there were more customization options for the font typeface. In addition, it appears that the offline clock mode only displays the date and time in the landscape mode. Hopefully these two niggles will be resolved in the future with an L-Connect 3 software update. Perhaps one other thing to mention, I'd have preferred if the USB cables that come shipped with the screen were a little longer so as to afford even more flexibility in terms of screen mounting locations, especially if you've got a really large PC case. In terms of pricing, the Lian Li 8.8-inch universal screen will have an MSRP of around $85 US, which I guess is a decent enough price, especially if you're not all that keen to purchase a no-name OEM screen from, say, AliExpress or Amazon, and would prefer something from an established brand such as Lian Li. With that, thank you so much for watching, hit the like button and get subscribed if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys around next time.